Hi guys.
Yeah, we look human at least.
Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Phoebe in case you don't know me, and today we're going to be doing some Halloween makeup looks. So before we get into this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel down below, put the notification bell on, comment what you would like to see next, and give the video a good like. Also share it with those that you think would enjoy. I really wanted these looks to be easy to achieve. You can place them over existing daytime makeup. I also wanted to make sure you could use normal makeup products from the drugstore, and they were pretty easy to achieve. They're not difficult you don't need artistic skills to really be able to make them look good. And also I want to use one or two methods that can be placed together with each other or individually as a look. I hope that made sense. Without further ado, let's get into this video. I'm gonna start off with the eyes. So I shall be removing these glasses of mine that are in fact new. I haven't been able to see for months, so thank the Lord. Let's get started. I'm going in with my Real Techniques blending eyeshadow brush, and I'm using a maroon eyeshadow to build up the eye bags around my eyes. I'm going to be following my natural shape anyway because they're already there, let's just enhance them. The reason I'm taking a maroon is because it veers more to the cool tone. It's red, but it's still got a lot of blue pigment in there, so it won't be too bright red. And as you can see, I'm leaving a gap between my bottom lash line there, and in that gap I'm going to be placing a more bright red, like an orangey pinky red eyeshadow, and that's going to make the eye look swollen, infected, inflamed, all that good stuff that we want to achieve. The reason we keep the cool tones around the outskirts of the eye is because that's where the bony areas are. You're more likely to get bruising around those bony areas than you are in the squishy part of the actual eye. I'm then going in with a sticky red lipstick, and this is going to be blended around the entire area where we want the scratches or the wounds to be. And I want this to be nice and blended and more pinky, because if you've ever had a scratch, you will see the area around it is that nice light pinky glow to it, and it's swollen, and the waxiness of the lipstick is going to reflect in the light, and it's going to give us that kind of gross dewy look that you want for a wound. When that's nice and blended, I am then going to mark where I want my scratches to be. I'm just using an angled eyebrow brush to do this. I like how thin they are, and they're really very precise when it comes to using them. You could also use an eyeliner or a lip liner. I'm then taking my Body Shop lipstick. This is a maroon, very purple colour, and it actually leans more to the brown side than it does the red side. So I'm using that as my base. This is going to be the very centre of the wound. More importantly, it's actually going to set on the face. So when I come to blend all of my eyeshadows around the wound, it's not going to move around. I'm then taking a pencil brush, and this has some grey-brown pigment on it. It's a very small, dense eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to use that to shade one side of all of these lines. And that's going to give us some depth in this makeup look. That's what's going to make it really look 3D. I then went in with that lipstick again, except this time I am mixing both the red and the maroon liquid lip, and I'm going over those lines directly over where I put the maroon, and you will see me tapping it out a bit and blending the edges. When we go in the next time, we're going to keep those lines solid, but at this point I'm happy to blend. I want a bit more raisedness, a little bit more pinkness around the wounds. Luckily, the pigment we put underneath with the liquid lipstick is not moving, so that stays where it is even when I dab on top of it. And this process of adding colours very specifically in this order just allows us to create that depth that we want for the wound. You have the nice blue tones underneath which make it look darker and deeper, and then the red pinky tones are over top to show blood and blood flow in the raised areas of the skin. So I'm very happy with how this is looking, and the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is make that red redder, so either mix new pigment or just use a redder lipstick that you have. Something a little bit more orange or more pink will work as well. And again, I'm going over those wounds in very specific areas to brighten them up and add that red sort of bloody look. I'm also adding some small scratches around the larger scratches again. It looks a bit more realistic, more like life. And the last thing I went to do was I mixed some of that red lipstick with some clear lip gloss. You want something very sticky, something that's really going to stick to the skin and yeah, look like quite thick blood. You don't want anything too oily or runny. And just apply that in very small amounts to the wounds. You don't want to overdo it because I think things that have too much blood look much less realistic. You just want a nice sheen on the deepest parts of those wounds. And that is it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I think it's a great one. It's nice and quick, really easy to do. It took me about 5 minutes. And more importantly, I think if you don't want this going over your eye, you can put it anywhere on your face, or you can use these techniques anywhere else on the body as well. For the second eye makeup look, I am using a light blue eyeshadow. I am using the same brush, but I have cleaned it off. You don't want to mix colours here. I'm taking that all the way up to my brow bone and down towards the cheeks as well. I'm then using a fluffier brush to blend this all out, and I also use that brush to apply it down the side of my nose and up above my brow bone. I'm then using a white eyeliner in my waterline, and I'm also using this to map out some lightning bolts. So this look is going to be sort of light and dark on each eye, I suppose, good and bad, who knows, but that's the kind of idea I'm going with here. So once I'm happy with the lines I've drawn, some basic sort of stems I suppose, I'm then going in to shade them. Now the shading we're doing is exactly the same as on the other eye, except we're using different colours. I'm using a purple and a grey eyeshadow mixed together. I've dipped into each colour. And I'm just making sure to go next to those lines that I've drawn with the white eyeliner. You don't want to go over them, you want to go on either side of them. So you're creating this three-dimensional look. And when I'm happy with all of my shading, I'm going to go over those white lines with some liquid white eyeliner. And that's going to help this to stand out even more. So you really don't want to go too dark with it because the contrast of the white, it's going to help it stand out even more than it does at the moment. So what's important is that we're using a purple in there as well, so that the colours don't wash into the blue eyeshadow I've just put down. Otherwise it will look too similar. And with this eyeliner, I'm going in to the main areas first. I'm making sure to stay inside the lines of those shadows that we've created, and then just tethering it off to a nice fine point. You don't really want any blunt edges. And then I'm also letting the ends sort of tail off how I feel like they want to. I'm not only staying in those shadowed areas. Once I've got those main lines down, then you can sort of go with the flow, see how it fits your face, and do the ends of those lightning bolts however feels correct. You don't need to shadow absolutely everything. Also, it just helps the look sort of stand out and get the job done without being too picky with the details. I hope that you guys like this one. It's something a little bit different, and again, I hope easy to achieve. And now the last look is to do the lips. I'm going in with a red lipstick just to make this stand out, and I'm just applying that all over my lips and then neatening up any mistakes because I've always got them. The idea with this is we're doing a pop art sort of sewn on vibe, so I'm going to outline this with a black lip liner. And then we're going to do little lines around the lip so it looks like it's been sewn on. This is so easy, anyone can do this, it doesn't even need to be that neat. You can even do this with an eyebrow, even eyeliner. You can be so creative, there are lots and lots of options. And that is our 3 looks completed. I really hope you guys have learned something today about how to sort of make something up as you go along, all the basic tools that you need to create light and dark shadows. The most basic of that being this lip. So anyone can do this. You could do this on your eyes, you could do little patches on the face. Even with this white lightning bolt look, you could change the white to black or indeed red and do the same colouring I've done here, and you will have a more vampiric look. Whatever works for you guys, but I hope that you have learned something nonetheless, so you can go ahead and create your own Halloween looks that are really easy and quick and simple to recreate. Lastly, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Don't forget to spread love and kindness always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to follow me on social media at Charlotte Wallace MUA, that's for Instagram. Also check me out on SoundCloud, Phoebe Rose 13. I know, all the cool names were gone. I will put all the links down below for all of the accounts you might want to go follow, and I will see you guys in the next video, and have an amazing Halloween.